Hello. Today, in today's lesson, we are going to be going over, oh, that is very messy, radians. It's quite simple, but, okay, this is an example of a radian, like 3 pi over 2. That's an example of one. So basically, how you start, is you take a circle, and then you have the x and y axes. Okay, so you have the x, that is hard to see, and y. How a radian works is the circumference of a circle. The equation for it is 2 pi r. 2 times pi times the radius. The 360 degrees equals 2 pi. You just kind of have to accept that. Okay? So then we know that pi equals 180 degrees. You won't really be regarding pi anymore as 3.14. This is the main part of radians right here. And so this is 0 or 360. I'm just going to put 360. Let's do it in a different color. 360, 90, 180, and 270. Okay, so how we find it is for 90. 180, okay, so if pi equals 180, then how do we get to 90? We divide by 2. Divide by 2. Then pi over 2 equals 90. That's it. That's the radian right there. So this line, pi over 2. This, 180, you just take pi. Boom. Very easy. This is where it gets a little bit more complicated, but still very simple. Let's get 270. So for this, I would take 90, and it's, okay, so pi over 2. And 270 is 3 times 90, so you just multiply it by 3. So you get 3 pi over 2. And this is really where it gets complicated, but it's not even that bad. 3 pi over 2. And then when you have an angle like about there, 300 degrees. 360 is obviously 2 pi. Let me just write it. So when you get an angle like this, okay. What I would do is you can take 180 as pi. So if 180 equals pi, let me just get rid of that. Then 10 degrees equals pi over 18. Just algebra. If 10 degrees equals pi over 18, then 300, if we multiply by 30, then we get 300 degrees, which is what we're looking for, equals 30 pi over 18. We can simplify that, becomes 15 pi over 9 when you divide by 2. We could have divided by 6, but then it becomes 5 pi over 3 when you divide by 3. And so this is 5 pi over 3. That's how radians work. It's quite simple. You just got to remember this. Like, that is a very key thing. Where's the other ratio? Pi over 18 equals 10 degrees. That's helpful. And then pi over 180 equals 1 degree, which is also quite helpful. Yeah. It's really just all about this. You just have to think. You have to get the degree measure. That's really all that radians are. And then once you get this down, you add it with basic trigonometry, which you can find another video on my channel. So you take like tan of 3 pi over 2. That is the same thing as saying the tangent of 270 degrees. Same thing. They are equal and reversible. Same thing. you just really need to understand this. Remember, pi is equal to 180 degrees of a circle. That is it. That concludes the video.